Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night. I hope you will enjoy today's video, so let's just get into it.
That they were gonna pay for my car payment. They lied. They're like, I'll pay for your car payment. I'm like, okay. They lied. Don't show my ghetto tattoo.
Blessed. Hey, but at the end she was blessed. Blessed.
I was not blessed. I was sad.
For what it's worth, I don't think he was blessed either. In fact, I think he regrets his decision and I don't think he will ever get that drunk again. Hope that makes you feel better.
4 ex-stars who worked in the industry and regret it.
The stares I get, I feel like people can see through my clothes, and it brings me deep shame. It makes me feel like I lost all right to my privacy, which I did because I'm one Google search away.
I wish that people would treat me how they would treat a married, registered nurse with 2.5 kids. That's how I wish people would treat me.
Mental hospitals can only do so much. When you go through something so painful, only God can restore you.
God really started to bring grace to that scripture, and he said, Brittany, this isn't the life that I have for you. The life that I have for you is going to overflow with so much peace and so much joy, and if you'll just quit the industry today, I'll bless your life like no man ever could.
Great intro for that video. 4 actresses who regret their former decision. But then you start with Mia and everyone is gonna look at your video as a joke. We'll get to her a bit later. For now we'll talk about the second one. I had no reasons to doubt what she was saying, but then she said 2.5 kids. Obviously she was making a mockery and I had to look into her. She's quite easy to find, even though I have to admit I haven't seen any of her video. But let's take a look at who she is. Brie Olson is an American actress, model and a former adult actress. She performed in over 460 adult films, but now since leaving the adult film industry she has become critical of the industry for its business practices. Cause I mean, of course she does after starring in 460 movies. Except if you look at her account, this is her new content daily here and there's a link. Where do you think that link will lead you? She has no regrets, she's doing exactly what she was doing before cause the money is still good and she already sold her soul once.
Quickly going back to my son, so he found out by the mums at school. I escorted one of the dads. She found text messages on his phone, and found pictures of me on his phone, and then made it quite clear at the school and told her son to tell my son what I do for a living. Then I had to move him schools, quite a few times, which again, I totally regret. And for him to be judged on me and what I did for a living, because why the it's a profession, one of the oldest professions as well, something that I found that I enjoyed, and I'm getting paid money. I could take my son anywhere. I then put him into private school as well. I was able to pay for that for many years, him going up through school. Do you know how good that made me feel?
I'm sure you did because you said you enjoyed your work, but it's no longer all about you the second you have a kid. I bet it made you feel real good, but did you consider even for a second how that made him feel? I bet he would have rather go to public schools and not have his mom giving head for a living. She passed away at 36 for reasons that are still unknown, but they are pretty much related to the line of work she chose for herself. I wonder how her son feels about that. As for the loss of money and private schools and all that, well, there is this. Sophia had spent the last few months of her life repeatedly pleading for financial help from her hundreds of thousands of internet followers as she struggled with poor health brought about by a failed boob job. Maybe in the end choosing that line of work was not really worth it.
And this is my first time here, third time doing this ever, so I'm pretty new to it. Hopefully it doesn't bomb too bad, but if it does, it's okay, because luckily I like it rough. So I have been in the entertainment industry for 11 years, but I haven't been doing comedy. I've been doing... Any Nikki Huntsman fans in the audience? Nah, nobody knows who I am? That's okay.
She wasn't lying, she's a failed adult actress just as much as she's a failed stand-up comedian. But you gotta love the three women in the audience cheering for her like she was doing something impressive. I'm giving head for a living. Woo! Empowering, right?
Totally cool that you guys don't know who I am. That's why I actually decided to do comedy. Maybe I'll be better at telling a joke than I am at Actually, you know what? You don't have to be good at sex to do porn. That's a very, very common assumption. You actually just have to be able to make it look good. And for a girl, it's pretty easy. You just gotta be able to moan and make all the right faces. All you have to do is get a little lube, because, you know, like, we can fake it if we're limp. Men can't. With us, we're just like, lube, lube, where's the lube? I'm driving in the Sahara Desert over here.
Yes, I am sorry. I know it's painful to watch, so we'll just skip to the end. Maybe her closing joke is gonna be something to enjoy.
And if you treat me like the Haunted Mansion and ghost me, you know what? It's your loss. Because at that point, you don't get any of the happy endings. And just like Disneyland, that's what I'm best at. Thank you and good night.
Nope, I was completely wrong.
How easy do you think the baby will come out?
Well, there's no device to measure that, so you'll have to go by the sound. If it's not too easy, if it goes like and it's out, then maybe the doctor can add a few stitches.
The day that I turned 18, I went to this club to become a dancer.
And one thing led to another, and from a dancer she became an adult actress. I guess she forgot about this video.
Why did you start doing?
One day I think I was like 14 and I just like got the idea.
You see me, I'm like super sweet, really cool chick, but guys get so intimidated, and I talked to Riley about this too. It's just switched.
Yeah.
Like, guys are so intimidated by girls like me or Riley or you or...
Intimidated by you? Come on now. Not even when you act like this.
Are you gonna cry about it? Are you gonna tell mom? No, so stop at me. Get over yourself.
Viewing men as something to get, to be gotten, no.
Men are the easiest thing in the entire world. If you are wondering how you and another woman got the same man, it is because men are the easiest thing in the entire world. I have never wanted a man and not gotten him. Do you have any idea how many men have wanted me and not gotten me? Granted,
99% of them. I'm sure even when they didn't wanted you, they still got you. Men are easy, says the adult actress. Yes, she is still one, even though she doesn't star in movies anymore. But she's still using her stage name, and she's still doing exactly what she did before, but now on OF.
The reason I switched to OnlyFans is, honestly, it was meant to just be not... I needed to raise $100,000 to send to the Lebanese Red Cross after the Beirut blast, and I thought OnlyFans, it'll be the best way to make money. And then I got for using money I made off OnlyFans to donate to the Lebanese Red Cross. People were like, how dare you send this dirty money to Lebanon? We don't need this. Like, what?
Wait, what?
That has to be either a huge ego boost or a huge wake-up call when not even people that rely on donation want your money. Did she learn anything from that? Of course not.
All that work and what did it get me? Why did I do it?
Time to read one for everyone just listening. Me after getting actually torn in half for a scene that I only made 1,000 from. Why did you do it? It can never be you've done it for the 1,000. You've done it for the experience, for the adrenaline that it gotten you. And in the end, no pain, no gain, right?
Jenna Jameson created this pop culture, it's cool to be a porn star kind of thing. And it's very MTV, Gen X, and So young girls just started getting in the business left and right and left and right, and it breaks you. It's a business that if you're not a strong person, it breaks you, and it's with you forever. You're never going to meet a guy that doesn't know what you've done. You can't not tell somebody if they find out. A guy can be fine with it and one day freak out. You never know what's going to come across his life, what somebody's going to say to him, what somebody's going to show him. And these girls were just doing it and just loving the money and not realizing it was going to run out. And I just, in that period of time, saw more girls than ever. I mean, in the 90s, there was like 20 popular girls and 10 popular guys, and there was maybe a couple extra. Now there's like 2,000 to 3,000 girls coming into business a year, and you really only know 20 of their names. So that means all of those other girls are just wasting themselves and putting this product out there. They're never going to be a star. They're never going to make anything of that. They're going to spend the money. Most likely they're not going to pay their taxes because they're just young. And the things that are taught in the business are not the things that the girls need to know.
This is the regret part one of you guys asked me to do this video about. Unfortunately, and I'm sorry for that, I chose not to because it becomes way too dark for a single video. The majority of them will not come out and admit they regret their past decisions. Also, the majority of them will lose their own lives before 30 due to alcohol or substance abuse. Stuff that they need only to be able to get out of bed in the morning.
Hey, excuse me.
Yeah, what's up?
Can you help me unload this bar? I just can't seem to get the weight off.
Do you just deadlift it?
Yeah, I just have a really hard time getting it off the barbell.
You got it. You just 145. You got women power, am I right? Yeah, use those quads, bro.
And this is gonna be it for today. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.